What is a slap in the face job offer? 5. I was happy at my job, but one day a headhunter called and asked if I would be interested in a job at a rival company. I thought, why not see what I'm worth? I went to the interview, and they were impressed. They asked about my current salary, and I told them salary was only a small part of my total pay because my bonus was substantial. I asked about their bonus structure, and it was laughable, about 20% of my salary compared to the 200% I was getting. To make up for it, they offered me a 20% higher salary. To give rough numbers, I was making $1,000 in salary and $2,000 in bonus per month, totaling $3,000. They offered $1,200 in salary and $240 in bonus for a total of $1,440, less than half of what I was making for a job with less responsibility. I told them I wasn't interested. They tried to increase it to a 30% salary bump, but still, it was barely half of what I was earning. They never grasped how significant my bonus was. That was a slap in the face offer. I turned them down, and they went bankrupt 18 months later. 6. I worked for a large aerospace company in the Midlands. I never worked more than my contracted 38 hours per week, and I traveled for work once a month, needing an overnight stay 2 to 3 times a year. A large consultancy approached me, and after a first round of informal meetings, their HR person called and asked about my current salary and expectations. Before answering, I asked her to confirm what had been hinted at in the first meeting, 50 to 60 hours per week and 2 to 3 overnights a week. She confirmed this. I said, in that case, I expect current salary plus 20%. She went quiet, then asked why I expected that much extra. I replied, for the extra hours and nights away. She said, we are only allowed to offer 7% over current salary. I responded, that fails the Tesco test. She asked, what's the Tesco test? I said, I could work the extra hours stacking shelves at my local Tesco for minimum wage, make more money, and still sleep in my own bed. 7. This happened to my wife. She interviewed for a position and nailed the software testing interview to the point where some interviewers said afterward it would be a crime not to hire her. She was overjoyed and waited for the offer. When it came 2 days later, she stated her current compensation, and they agreed they would offer at least $5,000 more. 2 days later, they came back with an offer $20,000 less than her current compensation, saying that the CEO felt the job didn't warrant such a high salary and that, since the office was closer to her home, they were already doing her a huge favor. My wife declined politely, but they came back after a discussion with the CEO, offering $5,000 more, still $15,000 less than her current compensation. Amused, my wife declined again. The recruiter then suggested my wife was lying about her total compensation and said the job didn't warrant such high pay in the current market, even though the recruiter had accepted my wife's original compensation statement. After this conversation, my wife decided to stay at her current job and look for something else later. A month later, she got a better paying job within 5 miles of home. One of the panelists in the original interview became a family friend and told us they were still looking to fill the position 2 months later. The CEO eventually suggested reaching out to my wife again with a better total compensation package.